everyone's figuring out how to drive again?
Yeah.
Okay. How have things been?
Wonderful.
Hello.
Hey, Kat, it's Brittany.
Hi.
I have you on speaker for the meeting.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah? Does everybody know everybody?
I don't know that I know everybody.
Okay, let's get started. I'm David, principal here.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, I'm Allison Lamb, a special education program support teacher, so I work across schools, but I support students and staff who have IEPs.
Okay.
And then I'm Elle Leary. I'm the special ed teacher for kindergarten through second grade.
Okay. And I'm Brittany Olson. I work with Dane County Human Services, and I support Neil and ISIS through the Children's Long-Term Support Waiver. Great.
Just writing down participants.
Kat, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, of course. I'm Kat Sharf. I work with United Cerebral Palsy, and I'm ISIS and Neil's CARES coordinator, so I do a lot of behavior consulting in the home and then with school if necessary.
Okay.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And then Barisha,
Huh.
you're here, your mom, right?
I'm kind of here, yeah. I didn't get any sleep last night.
Oh.
Neil kept waking me up all night long.
Sorry to hear that.
Just because he wasn't sleeping or sick or mixture? Neil?
I don't know what was
Neil
wrong with
being
him.
Okay.
He just wanted to play video games and like go through my boxes of snacks that long-term care sent me, and just he would not go back to sleep.
Well, I'm sure he's tired today.
Yeah.
Today, this is, thanks for coming in. I guess there was a little bit of a misunderstanding around whether this was required. It's not, so thanks for being here. And just saying, hey, how can we all work together in really positive ways to do what's best for Neil and ISIS. So thank you for volunteering to come in today. And are they going to join? Are they starting school today?
No, then no.
Okay. Do you know when they'll be attending?
Tomorrow.
Okay.
Like the snow and everything, and him waking up in the middle of the night. No, the only person who got sleep was ISIS. So.
I want it to be a successful first day.
100%.
And I don't have I didn't know it was gonna be snowing all day. They don't have gloves. They don't have hats.
Okay, I'll write that down too, because we can
Yeah,
make
we
sure
can
they have
definitely give
those.
them cloud hats,
Mhm.
coats, snow pants.
So from a logistical standpoint, they are registered now. So special education transportation, the bus that was taking them, it takes about 7 calendar days to get that up and running again. And Risha, I just wanted to
I figured that.
yeah, and
It's not
that's
the
something
first
you
time.
definitely want going. Okay, so I'm going to submit the paperwork today. I'm just trying to peek, which means looking at next week being a holiday week, I'm guessing it'll probably start back up the 3rd, because Monday the 2nd we also don't have school because it's a staff only day.
Mm-hmm.
So we're off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday into next Monday. So hopefully we can get it up and running for Tuesday the 3rd.
Well, how will you be able to tell Barisha?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
So once they instate it, they'll send us an email with the times, and I think my guess is it won't be too different from what it was before.
And that'll come from you.
Yeah, I'm happy to send that.
All right.
I can look at this tablet for a minute because I've been trying to open a document for 4 minutes straight and it's not opening.
What is it?
Just a regular. Okay, now it's working.
Okay.
After I connected to the Wi-Fi, it wouldn't let me.
Oh, the Wi-Fi in schools can be goofy. There's some that are secured and.
No, I was trying to open. I didn't know you needed to connect the Wi-Fi to open up a doc.
Got it.
Then you can have it downloaded or not.
Yeah.
It's downloaded.
Oh, then you
Yeah.
should defend it open without Wi-Fi.
Interesting. You got your doc open though?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. All right. So we are curious about the original reason for the unenrollment. And
Oh, you don't remember?
well, I have the email. So that still stands. That email, the contents of that email is
So the original reason was because at the time I was going through a lot of stress, and then the things with the coats and the vest and all that other stuff, it was affecting me more. Like I have stuff constantly like going on, weird stuff like my rent being sent to donations, like weird stuff that I have to go through every day. And it was like one of those, like, if you're telling me that my daughter's coat that I constantly am finding inside of, like, what is that called, the lost and found and stuff like that, when it's supposed to be in her IEP to have help with that. I don't know if it's in there because I don't read through that stuff. So it's supposed to be in there. Somebody's supposed to tell her to put her coat on to make sure she has her coat on. So if she's not coming home with her coat because it's in the lost and found or something like that, and I'm bringing that to anyone's attention and they're like, oh, whatever, I'm going to get irritated. And I already have other stuff to deal with. So that was one of the things. Another thing was I had a lot of concerns. I know I came to the school like several times about different things, food, what he's eating, asked to speak to you.
Yeah, you and I looked at the lunch menu.
Yeah. I talked to a man who didn't know what was going on. I don't know who that man was before I talked to you.
Okay.
Was it me?
No.
I don't.
No, he kind of looks Hispanic.
Okay.
Maybe Mr. E.
But he just was not aware of the situation, is what you're saying?
I don't know who he is.
I think
Okay.
he doesn't work in special education.
Right,
because
right.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, so-
Somebody grabbed
Okay.
him for me to
Oh.
speak when I said I wanted to speak to special education, and I talked to him, and he didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I mean, like, it was just a lot of different things. I don't know what's going on at school. I'm being told that my son is eating salad, stuff that I know that he doesn't eat. Like I'm asking what he's eating at school, and I'm getting the entire menu every day when I know that's not true.
So I've been sending you home a daily note with anything that he's eating or at least trying on his tray.
He's not
Anything
trying
that
salad.
he does try it at school because his friends try it around him. So anything that he's trying is something that we write down. If he doesn't try it, at least one bite, it's not going to get
We're
written
putting
down.
meat on his notes. He's not trying meat. He doesn't eat any meat whatsoever.
He does try meat at school, like if
He
it's
does
mixed
not
in
try
with
meat
pasta.
at all.
Okay.
So if you're telling me he's eating like a chicken nugget or anything like any portion of meat, he's not eating it. If it's inside spaghetti, he might, but he's not gonna eat a chicken nugget. Right.
I mean, one of the hard things is, as far as food goes at school, we're sort of limited by what the cafeteria provides.
I understand that.
Yeah.
He's been in school before, but the
Yeah.
problem is this it affects his behavior. So if I'm trying to take him to school in the morning and he doesn't want to come in, that's gonna make it hard for him. It's gonna make it hard for me
Yes.
because he's not eating whatever. So I'd rather somebody say, okay, he did not eat anything all day long. You need to figure out what you're going to bring him instead of making up stuff that he didn't eat.
Can I ask, on the piece of paper that you send home,
Mhm.
does it distinguish, like, he tried it and, like,
No.
ate it or took a bite?
No, but we can do that if that would help.
Because I'm wondering, you're seeing what he's trying and you're thinking he's eating that. And it sounds like he's not eating those
Well, I
things.
know he's not trying any meat whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard you say that. So
Yeah,
I'm
so
wondering
he's not
if
trying
there's
it.
a better way to
Distinguished.
what he's actually consumed.
I mean, there is a better way. It's called a portion percentage. He ate 25% of his chocolate pudding. He ate 50% of his spaghetti. It's a way to do all of that.
Okay. Is that something the school could do?
But who's writing it? Is it just you?
It would be me or whoever is in there with him while he's eating.
Okay.
So I'm in there with him for breakfast.
When people are doing these notes, can they initial who's doing these notes?
Sure, and maybe we just make a sheet that's real clear. Maybe we could have 2 columns, like ate a portion, tried, and then initials. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can easily put together something, so we'll do ate a portion, tried, and then a quick initial.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just make a list in each. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
And then we'll pop it into his backpack each day?
Yeah, just a different format for the note we're sending home.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah. I mean, hopefully, and if it doesn't, like, if it still feels like it's not quite the information we need, then we can talk about it and I'll figure that out too. And I was calling you wrong, you're Barisha, right? So,
I like that.
is that the name Barisha?
No, I like it though.
Oh. I thought you called her.
Yeah, she does.
I do. Well, that's what I call you.
I wanna get her right.
People I love Risha here.
It's Brisha.
Brisha.
I say Barisha. I like it.
Oh, I was like about
I was
to
saying,
call
you've
you
never
Marisha.
corrected me. We've been together over a year now, Barisha.
So I would say like let's do that, and if it's not working out or you're you're not quite getting the information that we're supposed to get out of that, then let's communicate about that and update the form.
And can I just clarify, that's just Neil. We're not as concerned about Isis as we are.
Because Isis is verbal.
Yeah, and she's able to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Can I ask, and I heard that you mentioned, and I think, there's snacks at home that he likes, that,
Yeah,
is
he
it,
likes yogurt.
but, so, we can do our best, we're sort of limited by what the school has. Is it feasible to send him a snack with him that he could, if what we have each
I'll
day?
send a snack, but sometimes I don't have that because
Okay.
I'm his primary caregiver. His dad gets to work, I don't.
Okay,
And at the other school, they were providing him yogurt and cheese.
we can try, I mean,
Yeah, the cheese that we have at school isn't cheese that he likes. He likes the one that you send that have like the double colors, where it's like orange and white cheese. You've sent that in his backpack a couple times, but we just have
Yeah.
the white ones at
Yeah,
school.
he was eating those.
He'll open them here and smell it, and then he'll put it down. And he sometimes he'll take a bite, but he won't
Yeah.
eat the whole thing.
I mean, it might depend on the day too.
Yeah.
He's pretty smart.
And we
If he's
can-
gonna get something else, or if he got something else, he'll just eat that.
and we can offer him that, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, we're sort of tied by what food
Well,
services
yeah.
send every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if there are things that he likes and you happen to have extra at home and you pop them in his backpack, we can also offer him that. Sounds good.
Are they gonna check his backpack? Because I know that I've sent stuff before and they don't really go in his backpack.
Okay, we usually, when he drops his backpack off, we open it up every morning. We still have a stack of his clothes folded up on top of his cubby. So anything new that was in there, we put in there.
Okay.
And then any snacks, we would show him where the snacks are, and then we'd show him his snack button. And then in class, he was getting really in the routine of saying snack, and then walking outside to get his snack from his backpack and coming back in.
Okay.
Are you okay with us keeping his clean clothes here just in case there is an accident, just so we know we have some extra?
I mean, that's what, yeah.
Okay, so that, just want to make sure you don't care if that goes back and forth. That can
I
just
mean, I
stay
don't
here.
want anything going, I don't want any, unless it's dirty, I don't want to clean that.
Right.
Because I will forget to send it.
Sounds, yep, great. So we have that here?
Mhm.
Perfect.
Okay. So the food, and were there other concerns that you had before you on enrollment in October?
I think another concern was okay, so at first I started with Elle, and then like a week later she was like, okay, Aisha is your new contact person. And I'm just like, okay, why is Aisha my new contact person?
Mm-hmm. So I think we were trying to have a streamline of communication instead of having you talk to a bunch of different people, just having you talk to one person who had more answers for you. Because I thought that would probably be easier than
Like,
having
what
to
would
get
she be
answers
helping
from a
you with?
bunch of different people. She just knows more about what's going on in school and how our rules work and things like that. But that's kind of what we were here to talk about too, trying to find a way for all of us to communicate as a team.
Yes. She's a social worker, so in terms of full care, wraparound care, support of families, that's definitely a really important part of her job. So I do want to talk about who maybe a point of contact is for you, and whoever you are, would like that to be or would communicate best with, and then we can talk about how to make sure that we're all on the same page in terms of what y'all need, what Isis and Neil need here at school.
Because in reality, it does get tricky. Once the day starts, it's really busy. And if something goes to L that's more 8, it's hard to,
It is, yeah.
we just get busy. And sometimes things, unfortunately, get missed in communication. And we don't want that to happen.
Yeah,
So trying to think of a way.
From experience, is me talking to Aisha and she doesn't know and she has to go and figure it out. So I don't understand what is the point of having a middle person.
I think I hear the school saying Asia could go to multiple people to
But
get
I
the
don't need to
multiple.
talk to multiple people. I usually just talk to the special education person.
Okay.
So why am I talking to Aisha?
I don't think that has to be.
Because if she's not providing social worker service, then why am I talking to her?
Well, I think that it would be good, right, to communicate with the CC teacher,
Mhm.
with the L. And so I think part of our way forward is to put that back where you do have a contact person who is L, the special ed teacher.
Mhm.
And then I want to, as the principal, want to make sure that I am also just aware of all the needs and all the everything that we need to do to make sure Neil and Isis are having a good time here and learning and being. So so to me the first part is a contact person, and then the second part is like team communication.
Yeah, because we
Um,
need, if we're talking to the team, like if you were to say something to me, that needs to be knowledge that everyone who supports Neil and Isis know, so that we can support them effectively. So like if you were,
Like what's an example?
so like saying, if you were to text me and say that Isis and Neil didn't really sleep well last night, I would want to be able to share that with the whole team and have like a message thread where we were all together and know like, hey, just so we know if we're behavior support responding today, if we're seeing these things, it's because of this that Brescia let us know.
Okay, so you want to have a group thread, or you want it to go to the social worker?
I think the group thread.
I think a group thread that would.
And I'm wondering, I mean, I think, and I mentioned this to David, one of the easiest ways to communicate might be email, because often I know when we use our phones, things get lost, like if it's off hours, things get lost, and I do think email is something we consistently check at school, and it's easier to have everyone on board with an email and doing a reply all. I don't know if we could maybe start like send an email with everyone who's got sort of the key players, and then that could be what you reply to if you have any questions or concerns. And sometimes I think, like you were saying, Asia is often the go-to point. Like if the kids need coats and jackets and things, that's less of a teacher piece, more, so there are things that
That's
kind of just
usually
fall in different categories.
Usually like what I'm sending messages about is like issues, not anything else.
And I'm more of like the academics in the classroom, and Asia is more of the issues outside to help support in the classroom.
So
What
I
do you
do
mean
think,
by that?
or like you were saying, like coats and jackets and things like that.
Like things that aren't directly like learning about social emotional and math and reading, and being in the classroom and participating.
I got lost.
It's okay.
All right.
Wait. Okay, the social worker is not in the classroom. She's more about.
She does things like behavior support calls,
Okay.
Managing things like if we were talking about food or clothing or outside community services. Those.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Things
That.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not usually what we're
Okay.
talking about.
Okay.
Then I think it doesn't make sense.
Then it would make sense for.
And then maybe just, I don't think it would hurt to have a group
I
email.
would really
We
value
can do a
that.
group email.
Are
Yeah.
you more of a? Well, we've emailed, so you're.
Yeah.
She's good at email.
I was gonna.
I send emails
Yeah.
a lot. It's like, I don't know. Emails are like text messages to me, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And that might be the best, just because that is like, a text message you might open and then unfortunately you forget.
Yeah.
Whereas an email is a little more permanent, and if multiple people are seeing it, I think that might be our best.
Because then it's a chain for the team who's supporting.
You're going back to there's a lot of people doing things to support y'all and ISIS.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so I love this. So that was a really big part of what we're going to talk about, because communication is one of the best ways to grow relationships, right?
Yeah.
And so I love that we're going to do that.
And do you want me
So-
just to start a chain and just say like this will be the group email
Yeah.
for?
And who can, I think, Asia, me, you,
And Elle?
Brittany,
You can include me, yeah.
Elle, yeah,
Great.
and then Mom, of course, So,
That sounds like a plan.
and then, let's start with that. Let's do that. I like that a lot. I think that'll help a lot of. I'm gonna quit saying I like that.
We're-
I like that.
And we're planning on re-enrolling for tomorrow, yes, you said?
Yeah,
Like we'll be
yeah.
here tomorrow.
Okay.
Do we have plans of staying for the rest of the school year? Is that our...
They can't go anywhere else.
Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't have any plans to move or anything, just locking that in.
I don't have those type of plans. They just happen.
Okay.
I mean, if my rent gets sent as a donation again, you never know.
Okay.
If you could send your kid to the place, an ideal school, like what would that look like for you?
I don't think they have those.
An ideal school? Okay.
Yeah. I don't think they have like a school for autism.
I mean, we'll do our best
Yeah,
here, and I
that's
think
absolutely.
open communication. Sounds like one of the things for tomorrow that we're thinking about is coats and jackets and snow pants.
That's right. We'll make sure that.
Well, they have coats again.
Okay.
So they have coats. I was gonna go pick up like gloves and hats.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that's what they need. Yeah.
Do they have snow pants?
I don't think so.
Okay, we have snow pants here.
And I don't even know, the weather tomorrow's all over the place. these days.
Yeah,
But
we'll see if we
however they
have
come,
it.
we'll make sure they're ready for the outdoors because we have those resources here.
Mhm.
So.
And so my action steps that I'm going to do is I'm going to re-enroll specialized transportation, hopefully starting for the 3rd. I'm going to make a sheet for mealtime,
Mhm.
and I'll just make one that has breakfast and lunch for each day.
Mhm.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Great, and then start a group email
Group
chain.
Email. Wonderful.
Kat, do you have anything?
No, could you make sure that I'm on that email chain as well, just so I can keep in the loop for
Yeah.
Risha's and I meetings?
Mhm.
Great.
That would be fabulous.
Thank you.
I filled out a release of information for her, and she said that she wants to come in the school and see what Neil's doing.
Great.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
I
You
was
talking about
kinda,
Kat?
yeah, I was kind of wondering that because when I was trying to teach him, he wasn't paying attention. I'm like, what do they do with him?
Mhm.
So, Kat, once we're on the email chain, you could just respond with some dates that work for you to come visit. Do we have the release of information?
No, I have
Oh.
both.
Okay.
I was going to bring them today, and then my car wouldn't start, so I
Oh,
will
goodness.
email them both to you so you have them on file, and then that would be great to set up some dates.
Okay, sounds good.
That'll be good.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it does. Monday, Tuesday, we're at school, and then we have break until
The third.
the 3rd.
3rd. Yeah.
And we're excited to have them back, to be
Mhm.
honest.
I'm excited
They
to
were
see
at a
them.
Halloween thing at this church over here, and then
Miss Stalker saw them.
it's like, I know you.
Mhm. She came in the next day and was like, I saw Isis and Neil. So,
Yeah, that's my cousin's church.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And though there might not be an ideal school, our hearts and minds are set to make this the best school for your families. So
We
just
love
want you to
having
know
them
that.
here.
So, just want you to know that we try and we'll keep trying and we'll keep keeping communicating and trying new ideas. And whenever there's a thing that you need, let us know. In terms of what's working, what's not working. We do love what is working. That helps us keep doing the things that you're seeing that are effective. We love to hear that quality, the positive, and also that the stuff that's not working is also really important to take care of. So please keep doing that. As we welcome Neil and Isis back, this is really exciting. This is for us.
I hope you're okay with it. All right. I think we're good. I think
Yeah,
we're
we
really
are.
good.
Yeah, we're good.
Sounds like
Risha, I appreciate you coming up. I'm sorry this made it sound like a requirement for enrollment. That's not what that was. So I'm sorry about that.
I think it's
Yeah,
an
Aisha,
person now.
Aisha, she worded it a different way.
It.
Terms and conditions.
Yeah, I did see that. I thought, and I agreed we're going to create those, which is what we did here.
Mhm.
But terms and conditions does have that sort of
Nuance.
of like lawyer, like what are the terms, and that's the other piece. All right.
Okay.
All right.
See these
Thank
girls
you.
tomorrow.
Yep.
And
Hopefully everyone gets more sleep tonight.
hopefully,
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you'll see that email chain. And so if not, or there's any other things you need to bring up, just email us.
Okay.
I do check my email in the evening, but if I do get an email past work hours, I may not be able to get back to you.
Fine, yeah, I know that.
Till the next day. Okay.
Yeah.
And do we want to say with non-emergency communication, we'll try to respond within a day, 24 hours? If it's in a real unsafe or
Well, you
emergency.
guys don't respond. I just come to school, so.
Well, I did responded yesterday.
Yeah, I
a couple
know.
hours
You
late.
respond. Yeah, you responded. But I'm like, if you
Well, and I
did,
think
if you
that'll-
did it, if it wasn't like I needed immediate,
You
I would
would've
just
just come up.
I would just came.
And then I think it'll be nice for us to realize you wrote us an email yesterday and we need to take care of that, right? So that we have sort of a commitment on ours, 24 hours, and then we know as a team,
hey, we gotta write, you know what I mean? And then that causes us to talk and say, hey, how
Okay.
can we best support these kids, right?
Yeah, and then make sure that we're all on the same page.
100%, yeah.
And like I said, people get busy and sometimes things slip, but if we're all on the same page, we
We'll
can hold each other accountable.
for that 24-hour non-emergency commitment of communication.
Okay.
All right. Wonderful.
All right, Kat, I'm gonna hang up, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Bye.
thanks.
How
Bye.
are the kids feeling about coming back?
Isis is not happy about it,
No.
and I think he will like it. He likes to get up and move around.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
Their
Miss-
classes are excited to have them back.
Oh,
They
I'm
thought they were
amazing.
coming back today, and they were all like, "When are they getting here? When are they getting
And with
here?"
that and in the snow, it's been a fun
For
day.
real, it's exciting over
Yeah,
here.
Miss Michaels is ready for her to come back too, so I think she'll be loved when she comes back.
Full sheet like that?
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
I was just saying, it's just gonna look like this. So, breakfast, ate a portion of, tried. Does that sound good?
Can you put the percentage too? 'Cause
Like
I still need to know
1/4,
how much from
half.
he's eating.
Okay.
I think probably after they write the food,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yep.
assuming he might
Okay.
try.
As long as they just put the percentage.
Yeah.
They could have put the same form she was using with the. how
And
much
it's an
was.
It's
estimation,
acceptable.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
an estimation, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks. Great. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
Beautiful,
you.
beautiful.
About that.
Oh, and Rich, another option I wanted to offer is check-ins in person too. So I
Okay.
don't mean to spring that up on you, but think about it, and we can email and see if we want to do a check-in once a month or something, or to just
Okay.
talk in person. We definitely have to try that.
Okay.
And I can attend those too.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. All right.
Thanks.
Stay warm, y'all.
Yes. Windy. Windy and snowy.
Yeah.
Um,
And then I think you need to check out here.
oh, I don't know that I ever wrote
No?
in.
No?
check in.
Okay.
Do you want me to check in and check out? Would that be
Very
helpful?
good.
If
Bye,
you
y'all.
would like to, you can use the screen. Have you used the screen before?
No, I have not. I've not been here before.
Do you go to other schools?
I
in
do.
Madison? This
I've
might
been
be
to a
good.
lot of 'em.
Do you have your ID?
I have my work ID.
It'll ask